We're back here at CPAC 2017, and we're just meeting some incredible people this week. And I'd like to introduce everybody to head of Latinos for Trump, Paloma Zuniga. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Great to see you.
Nice to meet you.
What I'd love to jump in with you real quickly here is obviously a large part of the campaign was dealing with immigration, build the wall. It was chanted here this week when President Trump spoke to the troops. What are your feelings on all of this and your feelings obviously for Donald Trump's first 4 years here?
Well, honestly, the immigration issue was one of the main things that drew me to his campaign as a Mexican. The problem that he pointed out when he announced he was running for president is a problem that I had been seeing for the past 12 years in the state of California. So him calling out on Mexico and illegal immigration is exactly what people like me had been waiting for years, that nobody spoke about before.
So you're from California, obviously a tremendous controversy regarding illegal immigration, some of the policies that have been implemented by Governor Brown, illegal driver's licenses, a lot of benefits and things like this. From your perspective and from your community, what is the feeling of this? What they're seeing in the news and seeing with Trump, as well as some of the controversies that have.
Well, I got to tell you, there's a lot of Hispanics like me that see what's going on, see the reality, and see that our countries are turning this country into a third world country, and that was our main concern. Our main concern was if our countries don't work, and if so many issues in our countries are off and wrong, why would we bring them here? We don't want this country to turn into Mexico. We don't want it to turn into Colombia, into Venezuela, because our countries don't work because of our governments. So defending our home, because this is our home, was our priority. So by having President Trump put it out there and make it. Give us a voice to us Hispanics. He gave us a voice as Hispanics, believe it or not.
What are your friends and family feeling about this?
Well,
is everybody agreeing with you?
No, obviously not.
So what are you hearing?
So I've been called a racist. I've been called a traitor. I lost a lot of friends during the campaign, and even more now after he became president. But I think it's a lot of people that are misinformed. They just don't have all the facts, and they don't know the reality of what's happening in cities like LA, where people don't want to speak English anymore. People speak Spanish. They get offended if you speak English to them. They're bringing in what a lot of us are running away from. And I actually live part of the year in Mexico, so I understand exactly what it is that they're bringing in, and I completely disagree with that. I have respect. I have a lot of respect for this country. So I feel if you come here, you have to, first of all, you have to come legally, and if you're here illegally, you have to follow the rules, the laws, learn the language, and do things the way they've always been done in this country.
For those people that are following what it is that Trump wants to implement, they understand that it's, from what I've read and understood and spoken with a lot of people here, it's about taking care of the criminals and getting them out, and the dangerous individuals, and that the families that are being fed a series of narratives from the mainstream media, the local news, are talking about families being broken up. Is that what you're hearing in your community?
Of course. We hear division, people being deported, but if anyone is here illegally and they've committed a crime, I completely 100% agree that they should be deported. And I completely disagree with sanctuary cities. Illegal immigrants shouldn't have special rights.
Well, you went to my next question here. So Los Angeles, San Francisco, there's hundreds of them around the country. Okay, I think we're in one here in Washington, D.C. Talk to me about sanctuary cities and what happens from an economic and political standpoint when you start having Trump and the administration start talking to states like California, saying that they are not going to be reimbursed, they're not going to receive federal funds if they maintain sanctuary states or cities?
I think that's the way to go. I think they shouldn't get funds. I believe that federal funds should be withdrawn if these mayors, if they promote sanctuary cities. Illegal immigrants shouldn't have rights at all.
Okay.
And they shouldn't have additional rights on top of, like letting criminals go instead of putting them in the hands of ICE. I think that is a violation of the rights to the American citizens.
Is there support? I don't know if you're familiar with Kate's Law. That was pushed through Congress that basically suggested exactly that, and that sanctuary cities, and it had to deport these individuals, especially with the turnstile of criminals that are just coming back into the United States, and so victims of murders of illegal aliens that are criminals that have come in will be stopped. There was a stop in that by Harry Reid in the Senate.
Okay.
And so, Trump is talking about allowing that to go through again and implementing Kate's Law. And so those are policies that you'd be happy to see.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, all illegal criminals should be deported, and they should be deported quickly.
Okay.
Because what they're going to do is they're going to find ways to stay. They're going to move to other states. So sanctuary cities right now need to be taken apart.
Okay.
Yeah, I
right.
completely agree with those laws.
Great. So where can we find more information, or Latinos for Trump?
Well, there's latinosfortrump.com, and I am at Paloma for Trump, the number 4 Trump. We're also on Facebook, Latinos for Trump on Facebook, Twitter, Paloma for Trump on Twitter and Facebook.
Fantastic. Now the campaign is over. He's actually in the White House and going to be pushing policy. Are you going to be just following and supporting him through this process?
I think the work has just started.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean, right now my target is younger kids between 12 and 18 years old. Because those kids, most of them are American citizens.
Fantastic.
So in a few years, they're going to be able to vote.
Very
so
good.
we got to turn them around. We got to educate them and really show them what the country is about and what their parents ran away from, so that they don't keep defending or flying the Mexican flag when they really don't even have any information, real information, as to what's going on in those countries. They need to be American. We're pushing them to be American.
Very good. Paloma Zuniga,
Yes.
latinosfortrump.com.
Yes.
Check her out, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.